In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Bol Bol and some of the things that he does really well. You can do well also, and you don't necessarily have to have a big lanky body and tall as he is. So let's get down and let's check him out really quickly. If you want to be able to jump higher and block somebody tall like Bol Bol, make sure to go check out the vertical jump training book that is down in the description below. But first, I really do want to break down a mistake that he made right here. So let's break this down in slow motion. So right here, he receives that pass and he goes and takes a dribble. This is a dead man's dribble right there. This is not the fact that he's getting reached in on and almost loses the ball. It's not that. The fact is you got to do something with the ball. You can't just sit there and be like, I'm just going to dribble this way. You're not doing anything. The whole baseline's open. You might as well drive there. You're tall. But he dribbles to his left, takes a dribble, takes another dribble to his left, and now he's thinking to himself, I've made a mistake. I need to go and attack this man. Now hear me out. They've basically given him ISO. The entire side is wide open. He attacks that right side and spins off. He loses the ball, at least his teammate gets it, but why are you spinning towards the middle of the key when there is already a man there and the whole right side is wide open and you're tall? But either way, the play continues and he's able to get into pretty good position in the dunker spot, filling out while his teammate was attacking the paint. In reality, drive, kick, swing, he kicked the ball out, sort of, kind of, in a way, and you need to fill out while your next man or your teammate is driving to the rim. When you're filling out, you're hoping that your teammate gets stuck playing help defense on the man who just drove to the basket, which is exactly what happened here. And because of moving off ball, he was able to get himself a basket after already screwing up and not going baseline. Now I'm going to give you a really big secret to shooting the ball better. He makes this shot, but when he receives this pass right here, he takes this little bit of a hop. Now, technically, if you want this to be 100% legal, you would make that hop while you're receiving that pass. But he didn't. Either way, technically, it's still legal at the NBA level. And also FIBA level as well. And then he takes that shot. Now, the reason why this is actually good. Now, when you receive this pass right here, look at how his body is oriented. His shoulders are facing this way, his hips are facing this way, his knees are kind of crossed, and his feet are facing this way. Now, if he was just to go and bring the ball down and back up, he may not be all that balanced, but by making that little bit of a hop that he does right there, this allows him to get his feet set. This allows him to be able to now get his knees in the direction, hips, shoulders, and feet in the exact direction he wants them to be in. This is what I call a balanced shot. By landing on 2 feet at the exact same time and getting your body in line the way you like it will definitely help you become a higher 3-point shooting percentage player. And Bol Bol is not that bad of a shooter as it is, especially for somebody who's very tall. Now, when you are a very tall player as Bol Bol is, and you're kind of in the fast break. So right now, it's sort of a 3-on-2 situation. More in reality, it's a 2-on-1 situation. Personally, I would prefer Bol Bol to be more closer to the baseline. However, that doesn't necessarily matter in this case because he's in position for his teammate to send him a lob. Now, in reality, if this was youth basketball, this would have been a bounce pass to Bol Bol, and he still would have been in a good position. Now, you might want to be a bit lower if you're a youth basketball player. He's like close to 7 feet tall, so it doesn't really necessarily matter. But for him, getting up there from the dunkers or close to the dunker spot, which is right there, also right there. Good spot to be in a fast break if you're really tall, especially if you beat your man down court first and they never pass to you. Your defender, if we rewind just a little bit, your defender who is this man right here, Bol Bol's standing here, your man's going to be popping out to stop this man from driving. That's why if you beat your man down, just kind of hang out in the dunker spot because this is going to be a bounce pass or lob for the dunk. Now watch the floor spacing that Bol Bol does. He is the first man down court, and if we go into slow motion right here, watch the floor spacing. I actually really like this. The ball is over here. This man is essentially filling the 45, and he's cutting through, and Bol Bol's going to the corner. Now, by this man cutting through, this is going to now remove this defender from the situation from this man cutting through, which should leave Bol Bol open in the corner, which is exactly what happens. This guy caught it, but too late because he's way too far away from Bol Bol. And now Bol Bol is able to hit himself an open, or at least slightly open 3. If he was to get there a little bit faster, he probably could have hit it. He was able to find a teammate down in the paint, but to be honest with you, if he was able to have a faster shot and get to the corner just a little bit faster, he would have been a little bit more successful on taking that 3 instead of having to dribble towards the mid-range. He tends to like to dribble towards the free throw line, which is kind of confusing, but either way, he was able to find a teammate who was then able to score the basket. He does really have some good vision here. He's able to drive baseline while he was able to pick up a missed pass, but either way, he is driving baseline and his teammate is cutting down the middle. Anytime that you're driving baseline, if you don't have the opportunity to score, then you need to be looking for cutters from the 45 or the point. And if you see them and they're open, you better be hitting them for that layup, or in this case, a dunk. But if you look at most of Bol Bol's shots, they are off of 2 feet. He catches on to very European style, but either way, it allows him to get himself balanced on 2 feet so that he goes straight up and straight back down on his shot so that there is a more consistent shot that he takes. So if you want to jump higher, make sure to go check out the vertical jump training book that is down in the description below. Anyways, I will see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.